Hey friends, I want to think out loud today about my relationship with laughter and humor. I've been cultivating a relationship with laughter and humor over the last year or so, somewhat unintentionally at first, and then gradually with more and more intention. At first, I think I noticed that laughter was something that you could cultivate, that I would naturally, as I go about my life, laugh at different times. And I realized that that's something that you can lean into. If you're laughing a little bit, you can try to laugh a little bit more. Or if you're laughing for a brief period of time, you can try to laugh for a little bit longer. And I sort of set that intention of, hey, if I'm going to laugh, I'm going to try and laugh a little bit extra, a little bit harder, a little bit longer. And the more I stepped into that, the more I was laughing. I was just laughing all of the time. And sometimes, for a long time or quite intensely, it's just something that you can really push and grow and cultivate in the same way, really, that you can cultivate metta and love. Same strategy of, hey, there's this positive quality that I enjoy that seems beneficial and wholesome. I'm going to increase it and cultivate it and grow it. And that's the approach that I've taken to laughter, is when I find myself laughing, just to laugh a little bit more, a little bit harder, a little bit longer. And more, almost my physical capacity for laughter has grown, and the frequency with which I laugh has increased as well. And just also the joy and pleasure that I take in it. It's the same instruction that I always give for metta practice. Really enjoy it, right? If there's any pleasure, even a little bit, really take the time to delight in it, to savor it, to soak it in. Same approach to laughter. It generalizes past metta and the Brahma Viharas into other positive qualities as well. And so that's applied to laughter. And as that relationship with laughter and the physical act of laughing at something that I find funny developed, I became more and more interested in cultivating a relationship with humor. It's only occurring to me now as I think about this, but in some ways my relationship with humor and laughter had been kind of warped for a time, for whatever reason, something in my childhood or the way I grew up or something, I don't know, but I'm realizing I didn't feel safe making jokes in a certain way, and I didn't joke a lot and didn't take the time to relish humor, and I'm almost sort of rehabilitating that relationship. And it's been a process of discerning what I find funny when I laugh at something, kind of reflecting on, hey, what is it about this that I find funny, and how can I bring more of this kind of humor into my life, and actively looking for things that I find funny, people or movies or relationships or whatever, and leaning into that. And also paying attention to jokes, what jokes people make and what jokes I make, and trying to make more of them. That's felt a bit edgy, really, to make more jokes, both with people in conversations, but also online. In my writing, I've been trying to tweet jokes when I think of them, and it's almost as if I don't really have a sensibility of what will be funny and what will be considered appropriate or not. And each joke is kind of a chance to test that and see, oh, hey, is this a safe joke to make? Do people find this funny? Maybe people are offended by this joke. Okay, that's good information. Maybe people don't find it funny. That's good information. Or maybe it's a perfectly kosher joke to make, and maybe people do find it funny, and that's great. So it takes a little bit of bravery or courage to try that and explore testing the waters of what's okay to joke about and what's not, and what's funny and what's not. But I'm really enjoying the process. I think I've been enjoying the jokes that I make, and I enjoy seeing people laugh at the jokes that I make or find them funny. And just really rehabilitating this relationship with humor and laughter, something that I'd almost sort of pushed away unintentionally at some point, and I'm kind of welcoming back into my life of, how much joy can I take in humor and laughter, and can I cultivate my taste about what's funny, and can I cultivate my ability to make jokes and find things funny. And I think I look forward to this process kind of continuing to develop, and it still feels very early, like I'm still very new to especially making jokes and finding out how jokes work, and what is funny exactly. And it's also important to me to strive to cultivate jokes that I think are wholesome and ethical. On the other hand, it's also been nice to give myself permission to make jokes that are like maybe a little off color or something. Like I find a lot of body humor funny or sex humor, and it's like, yeah, you don't normally talk about these things, but it's still something normal and human, even if it's not conventional to talk about it. And I tend to find those kinds of jokes funny. And yeah, but I think my tastes will develop over time. My ability to make jokes will develop over time. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to continuing this process.